Bridget, and happy birthday, Aaron. Good afternoon, everyone. My name, as Bridget said, is Kenneth Filarski, and I'm the founder and principal of a business that is very proud to be in Rhode Island. Farari Architecture and Planning and Research has been in operation since the very first day of 1976, and we've been honored with national, regional, and state awards for our work in architecture and planning. However, since those days of the National Bicentennial, my colleagues and I have lived through so much and we've seen so much. However, we've never experienced the kind of changes that we are seeing right now and that we are experiencing right now. It's become very clear that we need to make decisions that prepare all of us in Rhode Island for the opportunities and challenges that are ahead. There is probably no greater challenge than we face in addressing climate change. Already in our state, we are feeling the debilitating effects of climate change. The extreme weather events of last August microbursts, the January 2015 blizzard, the spring 2010 floods, and Hurricane Sandy have crushed our businesses and our homes. Our rivers and bays are flooding more often with greater severity, leading to property damage and the burden of increased flood insurance premiums. The warming waters of Narragansett Bay and the Atlantic Ocean are crippling the fishing industry that has been one of the cores of our economy for generations. Climate change is costing us all money and time. It's making it all that much more difficult and harder to live, work, and conduct business in Rhode Island. Far too often, businesses and residents are left on their own to deal with the consequences. Far too many of them lack the resources to get back to where they were, let alone adapt to a changing environment. As the effects of climate change grow more severe, the cost to our homes and our economy will continue to rise. The Rhode Island Department of Labor estimates that as much as a quarter of our economy is directly vulnerable to the effects of climate change. Think about that. Not acting is simply not an option, nor is it an answer. Major corporations such as General Mills know this. The United States Defense Department and our military branches know it. Pope Francis knows it. I think we all know it as well. That is why I support the Energize Rhode Island Act. I hope that others will as well. Climate change is the result of rampant carbon dioxide released into our air, our water, and our lands from the burning of the fossil fuels of oil, coal, and natural gas we use for our energy. To address climate change and the economic cost to us and to our businesses, we need to address the way we use fossil fuels and to build better energy solutions. Better energy solutions are better answers for our economy. The changes in the Energize Rhode Island Act are estimated to create over 1,000 new jobs in just the first 2 years of its operation, as well as drastically cut our carbon emissions. Most importantly, the increased incentives for businesses to use renewable energy and energy efficient incentives and initiatives in their properties would mean they would be able to lower their energy costs, mitigate future costs resulting from the results of climate change, while also growing our economy. This act allows us to invest in one of the strongest segments of our economy, the clean energy sector. This sector is already growing at a rate that is much stronger than the rest of the Rhode Island economy, supporting over 10,000 jobs and projected to add well over 1,600 more jobs by the end of the year. I think there has been recitation of that in other places in this August State House today. We can match our workforce, training to those new jobs, creating a synergy that will mean more growth. Additionally, of those clean energy companies, 87% of them employ less than 25 employees, meaning they are truly small businesses. These are businesses and companies created, made, and operated by Rhode Islanders. The Energize Rhode Island Act will accelerate that very sector. Passing this act would mean more funds to install solar panels, insulate homes, and implement other energy efficiency measures. It would mean more Rhode Islanders working in a field that has proven itself to be profitable and sustainable. Successful businesses plan ahead. I think we all know that. Properly allocating physical and economic resources so that they may achieve success and become leaders in the marketplace. With the Energize Rhode Island Act, Rhode Island will become a guiding beacon in the marketplace, signaling businesses to locate here because we understand the proper allocation of resources leads to our own prosperity. Energize Rhode Island will help existing businesses succeed as we free ourselves from this burden of sending $3 billion per year of our economic resources out of state to import the fossil fuels we use. We can't stop global climate change as a state. It's a problem that requires obviously a global solution. But we can ensure that we have the means to counteract the effect of climate change on our homes and our businesses. We can get ahead of the game. We can ensure that our energy bills are kept low even as temperatures rise. We can ensure that the cost of property damage is lessened rather than crushing businesses. We can build our economy while ensuring it is sustainable and resilient. We can't be that beacon that is the very soul and core of our heritage. I support Energize Rhode Island Act because we need to give our businesses and our economy better and smarter tools to address and mitigate climate change in Rhode Island. This act not only helps protect our investments, but actually grows our economy. We know our state motto is hope, but the truth is we cannot depend only on hope any longer. We need to act now. Thank you very much.